There are only two paths to wealth, and 99% of people are stuck on the wrong one. Most people think building wealth means getting a job, saving money, and investing for 40 years. But there's a completely different approach that can make you wealthy in a fraction of the time. These insights come from MJ DeMarco's book, The Millionaire Fastlane. Today, I'm breaking down the fast lane versus the slow lane, showing you the math behind why one works so much faster, and giving you a framework to identify which path you're on and how to switch. Once you understand this, you'll never look at money the same way again. Now let's dive in. Let's start with the slow lane, because this is what 99% of people are taught from day one. The slow lane philosophy is simple. Trade your time for money, live below your means, save a portion of your income, and invest that money in the stock market for compound growth over decades. Here's what the slow lane actually looks like in numbers. Let's say you make $60,000 a year and you're really disciplined. You save 15% of your income, which is $9,000 per year. You invest this in index funds averaging 7% annual returns. After 40 years of this, you'll have about $1.2 million. Sounds good, right? Well, there's a problem. That $1.2 million in 40 years is only worth about $300,000 in today's purchasing power due to inflation. So you've essentially traded 40 years of your life to have the buying power of $300,000 today. The fundamental issue with the slow lane is that it's completely dependent on time and compound interest. You can't speed it up significantly. Even if you double your savings rate to 30%, you're still looking at decades to build real wealth. You're essentially a slave to time, and time is the one resource you can't get back. But here's what's even worse. The slow lane assumes everything goes perfectly. No job loss, no market crashes, no major life expenses. In reality, most people following the slow lane never even reach that $1.2 million because life gets in the way. The fast lane is a completely different approach to wealth building. Instead of trading time for money, you create systems and businesses that generate money independent of your time. In the fast lane, your income isn't tied to the hours you work. The fast lane is built on one simple principle: solve problems for lots of people at scale. While slow lane thinkers ask, how can I get a better job? Or how can I save more money? Fast lane thinkers ask, what problems can I solve? And how can I reach more people? Let's look at the math of the fast lane. Instead of saving money to invest, you're creating income-producing assets. Let's say you build a software business that generates $10,000 per month in profit. That's $120,000 per year in passive income. At a 4% withdrawal rate, that's equivalent to having $3 million invested. But here's the beautiful part. You could build that business in 2 to 5 years instead of 40. And unlike the slow lane, there's no ceiling. Your business could grow to $50,000 per month, $100,000 per month, or more. The fast lane isn't just about tech startups. It could be an online course business, a YouTube channel that generates ad revenue, a dropshipping business, real estate investing, or even a local service business that you systematize and scale. The key is that it's a system that works without your constant involvement. So if the fast lane is so much better, why doesn't everyone do it? 3 reasons. First, it requires upfront work without guaranteed pay. Most people want the security of a paycheck. Second, it requires learning new skills that aren't taught in school. And third, it involves risk and potential failure, which scares most people. This is actually pretty simple. Ask yourself these questions. Is your income directly tied to the hours you work? If you stopped working tomorrow, would your income stop too? Are you hoping that compound interest over decades will make you rich? If you answered yes to these questions, you're in the slow lane. On the other hand, if you have income streams that work without your direct involvement, if you own businesses or assets that generate cash flow, and if you're actively building systems instead of just saving money, you're in the fast lane. Actually, there's a third lane I haven't mentioned yet, the sidewalk. This is where most people actually are. The sidewalk is living paycheck to paycheck, spending everything you make, and hoping someone else will take care of your financial future. If you're not actively building wealth through either the slow lane or fast lane, you're probably on the sidewalk. If you're currently on the sidewalk, your first step is getting to the slow lane. Start budgeting, eliminate debt, build an emergency fund, and begin investing. This gives you a foundation and removes the financial stress that makes it hard to think clearly about wealth building. If you're already in the slow lane, switching to the fast lane requires a mindset shift. Stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like an entrepreneur. Instead of asking, how can I get a raise? Ask, what problems can I solve for people? Start by building something on the side while keeping your day job. This could be a service business, an online business, real estate investing, or creating digital products. The key is to start small and scale up gradually. Here are 5 rules for Fastlane success. First, you need control. You can't build wealth with someone else's system. You need to own your income source. Second, you need entry barriers. If anyone can do what you're doing, competition will drive profits to zero. Third, you need scale. Your business should be able to reach millions of people, not just your local market. Fourth, you need time separation. The business should eventually run without your constant involvement. And fifth, you need significant impact. You should be solving real problems for real people. Here's what you need to remember. The slow lane isn't wrong. It's just slow. It takes 40 years and assumes everything goes perfectly. The fast lane is faster with unlimited upside, but requires more skill and risk. Most wealthy people actually use both. They build fast lane businesses, then invest those profits using slow lane strategies. But here's the key. Time is your most valuable asset. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. Choose the path that builds wealth while you're young enough to enjoy it. If this opened your eyes to a different way of thinking about wealth, subscribe for more content like this. I break down the real strategies wealthy people use to build and keep their money. And check out this video, where I show you how to start your first business with zero upfront investment.